What's up, guys? It's your boy Jimmy here, coming at you with another tournament recap for Season 7, Week 10. The Saturday tournament was won by Smashing Tensar playing Hermit Druid Reanimator. You might have seen him on a sick pick. I can't remember what week it was, but I think at the time he had a different sort of like Reanimator package with Angels of Glory's Rise. But this time, we're reanimating something new here. So I'll just start at the beginning, work my way up to the end part. So it's a Hermit Druid deck. So Hermit Druid wants to just kind of mill your entire library. So we don't have any basic lands in this deck. We've got all non-basics here. So like we get the Ancient Amphitheater, Auntie's Hovel, which kind of get triggered by things like Nameless Conversion, some of the Goblin package. And Crumbling Vestige is sort of just like just a one-shot sort of City of Brass for the most part. Hammerheim, Mog Hollows are kind of just like lands that make green or red. Because green and red are like kind of the base colors, I would say. Black, somewhere around there. Savage Land. Savage Land is probably the best non-basic here, along with Vivid Marsh down here. I think the second sort of angle of attack, which is a great idea, is playing a Goblin Lackey, a turn one. Because Goblin Lackey, the whole point of the deck really is that you want to Angels of Glory Rise back as Karen Wanderer, which is a shapeshifter, which has every gets every characteristic from creatures in your graveyard. So you get like fear, flying, blah blah blah, and all the goblins won't come back because Angel only brings back humans, which Karen Wanderer is a human. So all your goblins kind of just like stay in your graveyard. So what do you do with all the other goblins? So sometimes you could just play a Goblin Lackey turn one and just cast some broken goblins. So Goblin Lackey is kind of that weird plan B that I got beat by it in this tournament. I definitely did. Commune with Nature is pretty decent. It kind of finds like some key pieces, like maybe looking for a druid. And by the way, Smash Starters sent me some notes. Thank you for that. So if you ever win a tournament and you don't want me to do a recap on you, just hit me up on Discord. You can just totally message me about things. But a good point that he put out is that this lets you fix the bottom of your deck for cards like Grenzo, so you know what you're hitting with Grenzo. So maybe you hit like a bunch of creatures and you just want to take one of them and you have a Grenzo out. So this actually like fixes the bottom of your deck. So that's like really neat tech there. Mesmeric Fiend lets you see if the coast is clear for like certain things, like a Hermit activation, things like that, or maybe you're trying to fight around like Graveyard Hate, things like that. It's not a human or a goblin, but it's like good enough. Nameless Aversion is a human and a goblin and a giant and everything else. It's kind of necessary evil if you want this like Aussie's Hovel, Ancient Amphitheater sort of mana base. Hermit Druid, kind of like the plan A. Like I said, it's a pretty decent card. If you get to untap with it, it's really scary if they have the setup that's right, which I think it's like you need like a black mana so you can activate like Haunted Dead here to discard cards and like get creatures for Dreader turn. So it's a really scary card. You need to kill this card on site. Single Signet, just for extra sort of color fixing here. Now we're going to talk about all the goblins here. Tuk Tuk the Explorer gives your creatures haste for the Karen Wanderer. Also, just kind of is a resilient creature in general. Can't leave something back when it dies. Hearthfire Goblin gives you guys double strike, which is I don't know. It's just like the only double strike goblin I'd say that's probably like feasible to play. Grenzo's pretty sweet. It's just a big endless one like Briar Moss likes to say. It's just a big guy and you kind of, like I said, with the Commune with Nature, you kind of fix the bottom of your deck, and you can just pull out other creatures. Sometimes you just attack with this guy along you die. A Wart has Fear on it, so that's helpful to Karen Wanderer. Also, just kind of gets back like Nameless Versions, other Goblin Lackeys, things like that. Red Cap is kind of just your sort of FTK in Goblin form. I love Red Cap. I think every Goblin deck should play Red Cap. If you're not. Haunted Dead is the only sort of discard outlet. It's kind of awkward, so if you draw like your Angel Glory's Rise or something like that, you can discard it with Haunted Dead, and also so pretty much make a guy and with the Haunted Dead. But it's kind of weird. I actually want to see more discard outlets because it does get awkward when you draw like the Dread Return of the Angel. You probably never cast against Angel, but if the game goes that long, it's probably true. So, but maybe it's like your plan B of like attacking with a bunch of goblins is good enough. And then that Karen Wanderer, like I said, it's kind of like the finisher here. So you're going to get like Fear, Double Strike, and Haste. This is pretty much all you need, really. The sideboard looks really geared towards aggro decks. 4 Sphere of Law for mono red. 3 Light of Day for the zombie decks. A single Aura Fracture, decent against like other like Animate Dead decks, Reanimator decks, things like that. Single Laymare, just for extra sort of like peek at the hand, see if the coast is clear. Radiant Flames, again, for like sort of like the weenie token style decks. Disintegrate Hooligan, the most common artifact or graveyard hate is artifact, so playing a Hooligan is pretty neat. Also, it's a goblin, randomly. Naturalize, Seal Primordium here, both sort of just disenchanted decks, and a single Furnace for the other graveyard decks. Yeah, I mean, this deck is pretty sweet. Herbert Druid is a super powerful card. It's banned and restricted and banned in some other formats, so glad to see it kicking some butt here at PD. If you want to see all the deck lists from this tournament, just check the description below. There's a link. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.